There's a reason they call me the Chosen One, because I have a signed document, and it states that I get a rematch.
I will see you in hell, Jeff Jarrett, and hell will be an uncensored 2000!
And on one final note, Heavy D and Big Ron, they're going to be dropping a lot of H-bombs tonight.
And it might be time for a mushroom cloud. Here we go. H-bomb! That destroys everything within a 20-foot radius, Tony.
Damn it! Who's Batman? Dustin Rhodes decided tonight he wanted to be a player. Dumping Funk on the ambulance, beating him up. That was the right thing. It was a big play.
Mr. Ric Flair, in 15 minutes, I'm going to kick your ass.
To the top, and he was cut off by the packet. And that's going to allow Flair to drag Vampiro back out and apply the figure 4 leg lock.
Hulk, a mania. Woo! It came to a dead halt. You know why? Because the most physically awesome specimen alive put it to a halt. Then I walked down and whipped his California ass. The package is gonna take Sid Vicious and knock him down too. You call boss? You need to hold the bat now.
The total package is on the attack, but Sid takes him up and drives him down to the mat. Wait a minute! Ric Flair to the ring! The baseball bat to the back of the leg!
That should be us, man. Let's get some of that.
Damn right, let's go.
The executive committee doesn't want you anywhere near ringside tonight.
Well, I got a little message I want you to take to the executive committee.
Bingo.
Mrs. Nemo.
Earlier today, outside of the Target Center, world champion Sid Vicious arrived with passion, with purpose on his face. His opponent tonight for the WCW World title is none other than Tank Abbott, as these two men will collide in our feature bout here tonight on WCW Monday Nitro, live from Minneapolis, Minnesota, downtown and the Target Center.
Hey, Jeff Jarrett. Did you hear about tonight? Tank Abbott gets a shot at Sid Vicious in the WCW World's Heavyweight title.
Well, hell yeah, Tanae. The man with all the stroke around this place. I know everything that goes on in WCW. But I don't care who wins that match tonight, because my shot at Uncensored is signed, sealed, and delivered. But if you think I'm going to take this match lying down tonight, well, you must still be reeling from the effects of that guitar shot I gave you a couple of months ago.
Well, let's just say that Tank Abbott wins the World's title tonight. Do you think you could beat him at Uncensored?
Not only do I think I can beat him, I'll guarantee a victory. Take that, slapnuts.
This is Monday Nitro, and this is World Championship Wrestling. Welcome to the Target Center. Welcome to the land of Governor Jesse the Body Ventura. And welcome tonight to the center of the ring, where two of the most imposing figures in all of World Championship Wrestling will collide for the biggest prize. It is time to settle it once and for all. Will it be the monster, the World Heavyweight Champion, Sid Vicious, or will it be the man who has not lost a match in Tank Abbott for the world title here tonight? It's punching power against the power bomb, Tony. I have no idea who's going to come out on top, and that's what makes it fun, isn't it? One of the things that makes it fun, along with Mark Madden, who you just heard, I'm Tony Schiavone at ringside for the next 2 hours of WCW Monday Nitro. We open up with the World Tag Team Champions, the Mamalukes, along with the Disco Inferno. But I want to tell you, you know this well as anybody else. On the internet, this past weekend on WCW Saturday night, the talk has been, what's going to happen between the two men here tonight? Hold on.
Hey,
What part of no don't you understand?
Get out of here. You're ruining our rat chasing.
I think it's time for me to teach these boys a lesson.
That's Miss Hancock and Lane and Idol, who get a shot at the World Tag Team Championship here, had nothing they wanted to do with that beautiful lady. I would sit still for any lesson she cared to administer, Tony. She looks like a great teacher to me. I would agree with that, Mark Matt, but nonetheless, tonight, Tank Abbott, Sid Vicious, and Jeff Jarrett, who's obviously got the winner at Uncensored. Coming up later in the month of March, doesn't care which man will prevail as world champion tonight, as we're going to see Lane and Idol and take a look at what happened last Wednesday. Disco Inferno is on his way to the ring, and the Mamalukes are jumped by Lane and Idol. They get into a fight, and this fight continues here tonight on WCW Monday Nitro. The Disco Inferno, the manager of champions of the Mamalukes, is here with us.
Hey! It's Paisans. How many times we gotta tell you guys Paisans? Who keeps calling us the Mamalukes?
Well, I think just about everyone worldwide.
Well, we're Paisans. We're not Mamalukes. Mamalukes are idiots. Paisans are friends.
As you said, Mamalukes are idiots.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's your question?
The Paisans, how in the world can you justify the fact that you are having the Paisans fight for you?
Whoa. What are you trying to insinuate here?
Well, you have matches, singles matches signed with you, and you'll come out and you'll say...
No.
Hold
Hey,
on.
let me tell you something. We're fighting champions. I'm trying to provide these guys time. Whoa.
I have another question.
What
What
is
are you
she-
doing here at the table? You're not an announcer. You don't need a chair. You don't need a mic. Get out of
I'm
here.
a manager.
You're not an announcer. Get out of here. You're not announcing talent.
Should only be announcing talent here
What is she doing
at
here?
the broadcast location.
Hey, what? Don't let her sit. She doesn't have to sit down here.
We've been joined by Miss Hancock, Tony.
Please, Miss Hancock, please, you're more than welcome to be here. Please have a seat.
Miss Hancock, sit down.
Sit
Can we
down
get
right
your
here.
microphone, a chair?
Sit down.
Maybe a sherry, some French vanilla ice cream? Okay.
Hey, why are you guys rolling out the red carpet for her? She's
Shut
not a
up.
manager.
Shut up, Disco.
You know what? But I should be a manager, don't you think? They need me out there.
Yes,
What do you
yes.
think about this?
I agree with that.
I would be willing to let Miss Hancock manage us, Tony. What do you think?
I would agree with that. I think all great tag teams need great managers.
That's right.
It's been a long time since I've been managed by somebody that looks like her, that's for sure.
Well, she's not a manager of champions. Nobody's as good as manager me here in WCW.
Are you still here?
Look at my Paisans. Oh!
Miss Hancock, I might say that that Lane and Idol treated you very, very unfairly in the back.
They did.
And I understand that.
And you look lovely, Miss Hancock.
do.
Thank
You're
you for
gorgeous.
joining us.
Thank
Why do you guys
You
keep
grace
pandering
us
to
by your
her?
very presence.
Hey, excuse me, the manager of champions is here too, guys.
I'm overcome. Miss Hancock kind of like cuddling up to me here. Just a little. It's family TV. Don't forget that.
What's going on? Come on, guys. Hey, my Paisans, what's going on here?
Yeah, like if they had me out there. I mean, come on. This,
Uh-oh, well, business is going to
see,
pick
this
up
doesn't
now.
happen if I was
Business
out
is
there.
going to pick up right now.
yep. Yes, it is.
Look at Johnny the Bull and Lane high-fiving each other. Finally, something happens in the ring, and Big Vito gets a 1, 2, 3. And we do apologize. There was a match going on, but our attention
I don't apologize. Speak for
We did it!
yourself.
We did it! I'm the manager of champions!
Tony, who won?
the Mamalukes did. The Paisans won.
Are you sure? Are you sure they won? I really wasn't paying attention.
Hey, Miss Hancock, you want to dance for all these people? How about dancing for the Paisans? Do me a favor and hit her music.
Wow, the
Bring it on, baby.
The Mamalukes know a good thing when they see it.
Oh, yeah.
There was always something I liked about Big Vito, and now I know what it is. He has exquisite taste in women.
And Miss Hancock dancing with the World Tag Team Champions.
Big Vito perhaps a little too enthusiastic
Hold
in the
on!
ring.
Hold on! It's the Harris brothers!
Well, that'll break up a party. The H-Boys will.
The Harris brothers coming in when the Mamalukes and the Disco Inferno paying more attention to Miss Hancock than they were to what was going on. Oh, how about that H-bomb on Johnny the Bull?
Yeah! They're a two-man mushroom cloud, Tony. The Harris boys are laying everybody out there. Paisans, Mamalukes, call them what you want. But call them flat on their back. H-bomb again!
Incredible, they have completely wiped out all three men, and they're not done.
Hey, Big Vito didn't get his turn yet. He's not too good for this. Up she goes. Down she goes. H-bomb, Tony.
And they got the World Tag Team belts as well.
Before you go giving out more title shots, let that be a lesson to you, pal. You're looking at
Brothers of the New World Order, completely obliterating the World Tag Team Champions. And a reminder, WCW Monday Nitro live on TNT, brought to you by Milky Way, introducing the best caramel ever in the new best ever Milky Way. Milk it! Off and running tonight on WCW Monday Nitro, and the world is talking about the main event that we have for you. Hi, Tony Schiavone, the one and only Mark Madden. Tonight we have Sid Vicious, WCW World Champion, going up against Tank Abbott. Think about that. These two men tonight will collide one-on-one in one of the most anticipated, one of the biggest main events we've had on this program in a long, long time.
Whether it's on camera or off camera, Sid Vicious always says about how serious he is. Well, Sid, I hope you're serious tonight, because it's never been more serious for you than it will be with Tank Abbott. He'll take that title the hard way or the easy way. It don't matter to him.
Clutch fresh on the heels of his impressive showing against Ric Flair on Thunder last week. We'll see Vampiro get a shot at some gold himself. He is set to face Jeff Jarrett for the WCW U.S. Heavyweight Championship. And of course, a couple of side notes. Last week, Kevin Nash sent back to the hospital by WCW authorities for more examinations on his head after taking that guitar shot from Sid Vicious not too long ago.
Commissioner Gordon, you mean?
Also, Ric Flair and the Total Package, team package, if you will, are here. Buff Bagwell, Dustin, Rhodes, and I have it on good authority that here tonight, making an appearance on WCW Monday Nitro live in Minneapolis, will be the one and only Sting.
That's a bold-faced lie. Like the poor man's Nicolas Cage would be in Minneapolis. What, are they shooting a B-movie here? Maybe a Brady Bunch sequel? Sting's not here. Don't lie to the people, Tony.
I have it on.
And don't lie to me.
You saw it in the USA Today. I have it in good authority that Sting is going to be here tonight. Maybe we'll have an update whether we can confirm that rumor or not.
Yeah, maybe we'll have an update.
Nevertheless, we're off and running tonight on Monday Nitro as we take it to the backstage area right now.
Most incredible bodies in the business today. I mean, we're talking about Lex Luger, physical specimen #1, but he's not buff, and he's not the stuff. What I'm trying to get at is, what about meeting you for a date? What do you think?
Let's see. Buff?
Right?
Total package?
Yeah.
Buff? Total package? Buff? Total package. I don't think so.
Call me.
Is that ludicrous? You know, I didn't believe you at first, Liz. Is Buff out of his mind?
Out of his mind? Who does Bagwell think he is talking to you, man? We got business package. Come on.
Sure do. Let's take care of it. Come on, Liz.
Man.
Come on.
Come on.
Who? I'm supposed to choose who's going to win or give my opinion. Well, I think it's all experience. Experience will be the winner. Sid is the WCW World Champ. Sid has the experience. Sid is going to be the winner. No doubt.
We're here at the Buckeye Cafe in Columbus, Ohio. I guess we're making some noise here with the people from Ohio State University. Why are we here? I'll tell you why we're here. Because it's the road to Spring Breakout 2000. Brought to you by your friends at TrackPhone, America's #1 in prepaid cellular, and Tough Act in Tinactin. Let me tell you some of the places that we're going to be. Next week, we're going to be at Duke University. March 11th, we're going to be at Brown University. March 18th, we're going to be at Florida State. The big grand finale is going to be at South Padre. Hey, we got Nitro Girls here. The Disco Inferno manager of champions is here. All the chicks keep on asking me, where's 3 Count? They're going to be here. But right now, let's take a look at what we did today. Something called Campus Clash. This is WCW, and we're here at Ohio State University. And we're on the road to Spring Breakout 2000.
The road to Spring Breakout 2000 is underway, but fans, what happened on this program last week? You remember? Well, standing by is the one and only Hulk Hogan with some comments directed towards the the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
You know something, Ric Flair? After the sacrifice in Sacramento, brother, I realized how far we'd taken this thing, brother. As I was in that slow rolling coffin on the way to the emergency room, as I waited for each bated breath coming out of Jimmy Hart's body that I thought might be his last, I gazed down into his eyes, Ric Flair. Yes, Jimmy Hart was muttering, was stammering, trying to get the words out. I finally understood one word coming out of his mouth. Ric Flair, the steel cage wasn't the answer, brother, to our problems. The thousands of Hulkamaniacs that I had to strap back to keep off your back, Jack, wasn't the answer to the problems. But when I heard Jimmy Hart on the way to the emergency room in that slow rolling coffin mutter the words yappa pie, brother, I knew the answer to the problem, Ric Flair. The yappa pie Indian strap match, Jack. That's what Jimmy Hart was calling for, brother. And now that I know, with the powers to be watching my back, I can box you in contractually. I can corner you in, brother. And if we are bonded together with the leather, man, if we are bonded together with no one in our way, as I strap that flesh, as your flesh bubbles and burns over your whole body, you will understand, my man, what the yappa pie mean by the Indian strap match, Flair. I'm calling your bluff, man. I'm the greatest wrestler of all times. And when I strap my wrist to yours, brother, the transformation, as my eyes roll in the back of my head, as the smoke comes out of my nose, the leather will be your last lifeline to the professional wrestling world, brother. I will beat you within an inch of your life, and in the yappa pie Indian strap match, Ric Flair, I will prove that you will bow down to me for an eternity, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the heels of those comments from the great Hulk Hogan, let me welcome this man back to the Twin Cities, the 14-time former WCW heavyweight champion of the world, ladies and gentlemen, Ric Flair.
So Hulk Hogan has kind of laid down the law. He wants Ric Flair, and uncensored, I understand now, in an Indian strap match.
Tony, Hogan was a bit overwrought there, don't you think? I believe that man has some deep-seated psychological problems. You don't need to be Freud or even a yappa pie Indian to see that. But when Hogan's this crazy, he's real dangerous. We'll see what Ric Flair has to say about the upcoming strap match at Uncensored.
Days out from Uncensored. Hogan and Flair, but this time hooked to the ends of a leather strap. And Mark, we have seen many of those matches. You know exactly what those things can do to your back. You see Flair with Hogan's weight belt. Hogan obviously had another one with him. He has many of them, I'm sure. Flair, though, has one in his capture, and with that, Gene, it's all yours.
All right, Tony, apparently we have team package here, not only Ric Flair, but the total package, Lex Luger and the lovely Miss Elizabeth. I want to talk to you in a moment, but Ric Flair, you have stirred up a hornet's nest just by virtue of the fact that you have walked out here with that belt.
I was just going to ask you, Gene, who in the hell is Hogan going to strap when I got Hogan's belt in my hand? Hogan! 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 Woo! Do you get it? Hulkamania! I know what camera to talk to it is. I'm Ric Flair. Hulkamania is dead. You know why? Because 4% body fat. The total package beat Hogan half to death. I walked out. I took his belt. Hulkamania is dead. It's not running wild.
Now Lex Luger packing.
And you know, Gene, the best part is after we kicked Hogan's ass last week, strapped him down, booted his brains out, the thing that really got me was what's on the other side of the chair here. That gutless, nothing happening, no show Sting once again showed himself for the scared coward he is
when it comes to the total package, he was nowhere to be found. Sting, you just don't have it anymore. But you know who is here tonight?
Sting, by the way, is very popular in the Twin Cities for the record.
I'm so happy about that. But you know who is here tonight, Nate? Buff Bagwell had the nerve to hit on the most beautiful woman in professional wrestling, a class act year in and year out. Now, Buff, a little challenge here. You say you're the stuff, but tonight you get snuffed. You want to hit on women? Try hitting on 6'4", 270 pounds, 4% body fat of the total package later on tonight. Let's have a match. And by the way, Nate, I gotta say, looking out this degenerate crowd here, I know you're from this area, Nate. I used to be from here. Let's not get carried away.
I'm from here. Wait a minute, great town.
But Gene, please, you're from here too. But the weather sucks. The women are absolutely
Hey, yo, ho, ho, ho! Hold on,
second.
Flair! Hold on, Luger! You want to run down the Minnesota people? Right now, you're in Gopher country!
Right now, you're in package country. This is package time.
First of all, Luger, lose the Curt Hennig hairdo. It looks terrible on you. And take that 4 ounces of body fat off your face. I mean, that stuff between your ears, you call a brain, and hit the bricks. Ric Flair, you don't have your name against anybody tonight. You're looking at Minnesota's greatest athlete.
You want to wrestle me here tonight?
The wrestler who made Minnesota famous!
I'm Minnesota's game. Shut up. Hennig.
Flair, you talk big stuff. Why don't you show everybody your puppies?
Hennig, I'm going to do the same thing to you I did to your old man 20 years ago, and that's slap you on the back of your head.
All right, Flair, let me make this right now. If I can't beat Ric Flair in Minneapolis tonight, I will streak down Hennepin Avenue butt-ass naked next Monday.
Tony, we got a match. We got a big one. Combining that with what already we have going down. Here's Mike today.
Booker, this evening on Nitro, you are scheduled to face Billy Kidman. I guess it's no secret that last Wednesday on Thunder, you two were certainly not on the same page.
You know, just last week, Mike, in that very ring right out there, we had Chrome Dome 1 and 2 beat right in the middle. And I look over my left shoulder, and I look, and I see Kidman, and he's messing with this hoochie. I don't know what the deal is with that, but that got a little heat with me. I got a little hot under the collar, if you know what I'm saying.
I can understand that, but is this a match that you requested tonight against Kidman?
No, man, I don't know who booked it, and I really don't care who booked it, but tonight, I'm going to take out a little bit of steam, and guess who it's going to be on? You, Kidman. It's all over, man.
You had it.
No. I gave you back there. When
I don't have it, I swear. Maybe someone stole it again.
We need to get it, because someone will steal it again. We'll get it after the match. Oh, I can't believe you did it.
I didn't lose it.
Ice, beef, spice. Need a little excitement? Step into a Slim Jim.
Tony Schiavone's shushing me. I don't know what's going on here. Tony.
Hang on here.
Tony Schiavone is taking a phone call. Oh, okay, you're sorry. Well, that's good. It's more for me to talk about. It's more for me. Hold on, what, Tony?
Sorry, I got that call during the commercial break. It has a profound impact on this program.
Yeah, I bet it does. Your wife needs bread. What?
Sting is going to be here.
No, he's not.
That has been confirmed by some inside sources I have. Sting will be here with us later on this program.
Sting will be here. Sting will be here.
Let's take you to Mean Gene Okerlund. That's what he said.
I'm here with Jeff Jarrett and his entourage. Ladies, good to see you back on your feet. Jeff Jarrett, I get the distinct impression things are not going the way you'd like to see them.
You're damn right they're not going the right way, Gene. Who the hell does WCW think they are? They're trying to screw with me again. First, they give Tank Abbott a WCW World title shot. Tank Abbott. Then they booked me in a U.S. title defense against Vampiro. Who the hell is Vampiro? Well, tonight, they're going to find out what the Chosen One is all about. And at Uncensored 2000, the Chosen One is going to become the Chosen Champ. Choke on that, slap nuts.
Hey, what about the Harris boys? Where are they tonight?
Where are they?
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to find out together, Slappy.
Ooh, Tony, Mark, gentlemen, back to you. It is sizzling.
Now, Gene, you're right. Jeff Jarrett, United States champ, upset, I guess, primarily because Tank Abbott's got the shot, but I guess most of all because he's got to face a man who I think more than proved himself last Wednesday on Thunder, Vampiro, when he faced Ric Flair, but Vampiro gets a U.S. title shot later on here tonight.
Well, Vampiro's a tremendous athlete. He's maybe the biggest up-and-coming young talent here at WCW. But do you really think Vampiro's a match for the Chosen One, the U.S. champion, the guy who's going to win the world title from either Sid or Tank Abbott? Makes no difference who. I don't know, Vampiro's really good. I guess when he wrestled Jeff Jarrett tonight, we find out exactly how good.
That and Tank Abbott and Sid Vicious for the WCW Championship advance. Another note to pass along to you. You just heard from the cell phone official, Sting will be here tonight in one capacity. We're not sure, but already we've heard a challenge thrown out by the Total Package. Ric Flair now has made it official. He has accepted Hogan's challenge, and he and Hogan will go at it in a strap match at Uncensored on the 19th of March.
A Yappa Pie Indian strap match, whatever that means. What's the difference?
I don't know what the difference is, but I do know the fact that both these men will be joined at the wrist by a leather strap. They'll be able to use that strap, drag each other around the ring. It's going to be pretty violent and Uncensored.
You know, not too long ago, I was joined at the wrist by a leather strap to Tylene Buck, one of the NWO girls.
I don't believe that at all.
It's true. Hey, she has vertical aspirations, and she'll use horizontal methods. I like that. Boy, is she lovely or what? Speaking of lovely, look who's accompanying Kidman to the ring as usual. The lovely Tori Wilson. She is looking better than 10 movie stars, no doubt about that. Kidman against Booker here. They were tag partners not too long ago, just last week, Tony, and tonight they go against each other.
Well, the interview with Mean Gene, Booker was very upset about what went down, and very intense about going in against Kidman. We anticipate a great one here, and here we go with Charles Robinson, the referee, one-on-one, Booker and Kidman, Tori at ringside, Billy Kidman in the ring. Here on WCW Monday Nitro, we're into our countdown to spring breakout. Ricky Ragman at Ohio State. We're going to be at Duke, Florida State, leading in. Oh, we're going to move this. South Padre Island, Texas on the 27th of March, live on TNT. And now Booker sends Billy Kidman in. A back elbow drives him down. Booker obviously the power advantage here and using it now to his advantage early on, Mark.
Do you see Booker got new music? It's pretty cool, strong, heavy metal type music, Tony. Kind of fits his character. He's a tough, strong, heavy metal type of guy.
Kidman rolls forward, almost pins Booker, gets a 2 count, that time a drop kick to send him down. He was cover 1, 2. How about Kidman, Billy Kidman and Tori Wilson losing the kid cam now for the second time. They had it stolen, they found it again, and now once again they're missing that kid cam that was signed on Buff Bagwell earlier in this telecast.
Well, I don't care about the footage. Oh, axe kick really levels Kidman. I don't care about the footage that whoever steals the kid cam shoots. Oh, here come the Harris boys. I'd rather see what's in the kid cam when it's stolen. The Harris boys on top of Kidman right now.
Well, Tori Wilson had Booker's attention, and now the Harris boys brings Booker T in and puts him down for another H-bomb 2 weeks in a row to drive Booker down. And now Billy Kidman said, oh, Tori went down hard. Tori went down hard, and then an H-bomb on Billy Kidman.
They should H-bomb Tori. What the heck, make it a hat trick.
Tori is down. She may have twisted her ankle or hurt her foot right there. Now Charles Robinson checks in on Tori. The story on the inside, though, is for the second time the Harris brothers with the H-bomb have made an impact. Later on tonight in this program, all eyes of WCW on the ring. World champion Sid Vicious will defend the belt against Tank Abbott.
Wow!
We send you back to Mean Gene.
Thank you. Right now, I'm joined by the Harlem Heat, of course, the big mystery man, Big T, Jay Biggs, and Stevie Ray. Gentlemen, I get the impression you were all amused at what happened to Booker and Billy Kidman at the hands of the Harris
Gene,
brothers.
let me tell you, that's what happens when you ain't got nobody watching your back. That's what happens when you don't roll with the big dogs anymore. Booker, I'm gonna tell you just like our mama used to tell us, a hard head makes a very, very,
you know what they say, dog, a very soft ass.
Jay Biggs.
You know what, Gene? I have a magnanimous thought that just came to my mind. I think I want to offer Booker some pro bono services.
A freebie.
Absolutely. After all, isn't graffiti against the law?
Oh, Sid or Tank, Tank or Sid. I tell you, Tank's been sliced through the competition in WCW lately, but it's going to take a lot more than one punch to put out Sid Vicious. When it comes to fighting, that dog can hunt. My money's on Sid Vicious.
This weekend in Columbus, Ohio, the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, the who's who in bodybuilding, and we're going to take you to some of what went down, including Arnold Schwarzenegger in attendance. There was a man there who had the largest muscular biceps ever. His name is Big Jake. Take a look at those arms. We'll let you know that coming up this Wednesday on Thunder on TBS, we're going to take another special look at this man. And also, take a look at those arms, would you, Mark, man? Is that incredible or what?
That can't be for real. That defies nature, logic, gravity, you name it.
28-inch.
28?
Let's go to Mean Gene.
We are in the Twin Cities. It's the home of the Minnesota Vikings. Right now, I'm joined by screaming Norman Smiley. And Norman, as of late, I've been observing you, and you do seem troubled.
Gene, lately I've had my problem with injuries. When I see something wrong, I have to speak out. What Dustin Rhodes did to Terry Funk last week was a crime. Now, you well know that I held the hardcore title. Terry Funk was my inspiration to hold that title. Now the man is hurt. He's physically, mentally, and emotionally down. Somebody needs to step up to the plate and help Terry Funk. Dustin Rhodes, tonight, Norman Smiley's not going to be doing the screaming. It's going to be screaming Dustin Rhodes.
Here comes the WCW Hardcore Champion, Brian Knobbs.
Hey,
And I want to let you know that available now, the latest edition of WCW Magazine with the NWO on the cover, and inside, it's the real deal, the story of Brian Knobbs, the hardcore champion, and what he is all about. He is truly as tough as they come in WCW.
I knew the world was ready for a Brian Knobbs centerfold. It's in WCW Magazine. I bought 10 copies, just to have one in every room in my house.
Knobbs is out with that hardcore belt, and Evan Courageous with that
Knobbs,
stick mic.
you're supposed to be so tough, Mr. Hardcore. I tell you what, 3 count says if you're so tough, okay, why don't you put up the title in a handicap match for the hardcore title?
Against all 3 of you little punks, I'd be damn glad to stick all 3 of your heads up your stinking ass.
We know if you do, you're going down for the 3 count.
He's accepted this this handicap match. You know, the name of his article was The Real Deal, and they've got the real deal on their stocking caps. How about that?
Wow, a hardcore 3-on-1. I knew the day would come when we'd see that on public TV.
He has agreed to it, and now he is getting simpled to death. And Brian Knobbs, using the cast on his right hand, is taking charge now.
I gotta admit, maybe the 3 pretty boys are no match for this husky hardcore champion.
These young men are known more for their flying around the ring, not for their hardcore ability. But oh my! The kendo stick wiped out Shane Helms, and now Evan Courageous in over the top.
Knobbs is pounding these guys senseless. Brooms, kendo sticks, chairs, garbage can lids. He's using, oh my Lord!
Look around the ring, if you will.
Thank Evans, this didn't happen before the Grammys. 3 count would have looked terrible when they performed that night.
They didn't perform in the Grammys.
Yeah, they did before the TV broadcast started. They did. Knobs is killing the... Oh, no!
Evan Courageous wiped out again, and he's going to give one of these young men a pit stop. They'll never sing the same way again.
Oh! Tony, if you had your choice, what would you rather take, a garbage can to the head or a pit stop?
That's a tough one. That's a tough. I might go for the garbage can. The chair has just wiped out Shannon Moore.
Shannon Moore's like a limp dish rag. Knobs puts him over the top rope.
He has thrown out all 3 members of 3 count. He is in complete command of this. That's why, one of the reasons, he is the hardcore champion. Oh, but here comes Evan Courageous again. Evan tried to get his hands up, but he couldn't block it.
I am just in awe of what's going on. Brian Knobs is not only fighting 1 against 3, but he's totally dominating. And here comes the table, and Tony, he's not taking it back to help out with catering either.
This in the night of the champions. This in a night where the WCW US title, Jeff Jarrett defends against Vampiro, and then Sid Vicious tonight will face Tank Abbott for the World Championship. The WCW World Championship. It's all tonight in this hardcore title in a handicap match. 3-on-1 being battled. The fans are chanting with Brian Knobs. He's got Evan Courageous hooked. He's going to try to powerbomb him on a table. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he did.
NSYNC never had to go through this. There you go. Shane Helms with the kendo stick from the ring apron really put Brian Knobs down on his back almost, and that'll finish the job right there. The garbage can shot.
They dogpiled him. They pinned him. They won the darn thing. My God. 3 count. 3 count. They're the hardcore champion. Champions. Champion.
Does this mean they have to start doing hardcore music?
I don't know. But they're the champs.
People know about me. But it's easier that way. Maybe it's time to start to share. Maybe it's time I let somebody else taste the pain. Jeff Jarrett, you got a serious freak to deal with tonight. And something tells me that you just ain't ready.
Dustin Rhodes on his way to the ring. He'll face screaming Norman Smiley, and Vampiro ready for Jeff Jarrett.
All right, we are back in the Twin Cities tonight on Nitro. What the devil happened out there, Brian Knobs?
Look me, Gene. It's my own ignorant mistake that I let them 3 punks somehow get a 1, 2, 3. But I'll tell you, I'm asking the board, and I want a rematch because I know when the board signs, they're as good as dead.
Fit Finley, your assessment of what's going on.
Listen, take it easy, Knobs. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But until that point in time, we got to occupy ourselves. And until then, we're going to make their lives a misery. So let me tell you, Thunder this week, we're going to take them on in a 6-man.
Whoa, whoa, 6-man. Wait a minute. There's only 2 of you meeting 3 of them.
Listen, Chrome Dome, there's 3 of us. 3 of us.
It's time, Gino, to bring out the dog.
What does that mean? Let's get you back.
Who's the dog?
I don't know. Time to bring out the dog. There's 3 of them. Does that mean bring out the dog in them? Bring out the intensity? Bring out a real dog?
The bottom line is 3 Con are the very deserving hardcore champions in WCW. Here's the old hardcore champ going for the cheap crowd approval by wearing the Randy Moss shirt. He never runs out of the home team shirts when he's on the road for Nitro and Thunder, does he?
Of course he does. Norman Smiley rules is what the fan said.
At least he's not wearing a Sting shirt. Is he really going to be here? Was that really him on the phone before?
That was not him on the phone, but that was a source that never lets me down.
Really?
Really.
Is there like a B movie actors convention in town or something? He just happens to be here, Sting.
Notice how Norman came to the ring with a new look on his face, a whole different mindset now. coming to the ring, and that, of course, you know, he has had his share of injuries. I really think Norman, even though he dresses up in the hometown jersey, has brought a brand new attitude with him to the ring, and I think the fans are responding to it over the past few weeks, Mark Madden.
All those weeks ago, Kevin Nash challenged Norman's lack of courage.
Right.
And since then, I have to admit, slowly but surely, he has gotten a modicum of courage. But what about my man, American Dream 2000, Dustin Rhodes?
American Dream 2000?
American Dream 2000. His daddy was the American Dream back when you could work hard and use your talent to get ahead. Dustin Rhodes knows now, in this era of hostile corporate takeovers and sleeping with your best friend's wife, the way to the top is to backstab people and climb over their battered bodies. And tonight, American Dream 2000 takes it to this Randy Moss wannabe.
So this is what the American Dream has come to, what Dustin Rhodes stands for? I'm not so sure.
Don't blame me, don't blame Dustin, blame America if you must.
And he and Norman Smiley go at it here one-on-one in this night of the champions, where tonight, U.S. title, Jarrett and Vampiro, world title, Sid Vicious and Tank Abbott will go at it in this ring. 20 days out from Uncensored 2000 in Miami and on pay-per-view. And Norman with a great move that time, and now gonna ride Dustin.
That's depraved. That is depraved.
Well, that's one of his trademarks, Mark Madden. Outside and onto the floor goes Dustin Rhodes, and Screaming Norman's gonna give chase. Norman very aggressive in the ring as well.
Oh!
In he goes.
I gotta admit, Norman's going head up and head on with Dustin, but American Dream 2000 will wear him down. Oh, there's a big right hand.
Let me tell you about American Dream 2000, or Dustin Rhodes, if you will. It has been signed. We have just received confirmation that Dustin Rhodes will meet Terry Funk at Uncensored. That's been officially made for Uncensored on the 19th of March. The stipulations are still to come, I understand. Still working, the WCW Executive Board, working on some special stipulations for that matchup. Norman with that big scoop slam of his is going to do the big wiggle for the fans here at the Target Center. And Dustin Rhodes sends him rocketing down with a great right-handed lariat.
Go ahead and wiggle now, Norman. Wiggle to your heart's content. So let me get this straight. Dustin Rhodes against Terry Funk at Uncensored. Well, Dustin Rhodes won't be American Dream 2000 that day. He'll be assuming the role of Dr. Kevorkian. That'll be a mercy killing.
Oh, come on now. Oh!
Go get him, Dream! Get him, Dream, yeah! There's the American Dream 2000 right in front of us.
Norman Smiley trying to get to his feet here at the broadcast location.
Yeah!
And Dustin meets him. Can you imagine with that world title match? Sid Vicious against Jeff Jarrett, the way it stands right now. Could be Tank Abbott, Jeff Jarrett by the time we get to Uncensored.
That's what I'm predicting.
With that strap match between Hogan and Flair and Dustin Rhodes, Terry Funk. What an event it's going to be in Miami.
It's going to be unreal. Everybody just, oh! Wiring from the top rope. That'll do it. Count it, Tony.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
With authority.
Everybody who just mentioned goes into Uncensored red hot, Tony. And Dustin Rhodes, oh, big helmet shot to Randy Moss. Dustin Rhodes certainly no exception.
Helmets. Oh, to Screaming Norman.
I believe that's spearing in the NFL rulebook.
That may be it. And now security has come in. Doug Dillinger leading the security staff into the ring to try to keep Dustin Rhodes away from Screaming Norman. Dustin has that look in his eye, though, Mark Madden. This is a man you do not want to take lightly, and I know no one is, especially Terry Funk. Coming up at Uncensored 2000. It's time for the Castrol GTX replay. Castrol, the motor oil that provides maximum protection. Castrol GTX, drive hard.
Norman wasting time doing the big wiggle. Dustin gets him with a lariat on the mat. Then comes off the top rope with a lariat. 1, 2, 3, there it is. The man I call American Dream 2000. Oh, I love him, Dustin Rhodes.
Castrol GTX, drive hard. Well, fans, on this, the night of the champions, we have a lot going on, including coming up next. It is going to be Jeff Jarrett, the United States heavyweight champion, coming into the ring. There you see with that bevy of beauties. And his opponent is Vampiro. Could this be Vampiro's night to become U.S. champ?
We'll find out next.
So you want me to make a pick, huh? Well, you guys don't mind putting a guy on the spot, do you? Sid's at the top of his game. He's on a roll right now, but Tank Abbott's hungry. He's very hungry, and I'm going to have to go with Tank.
Time for one of the feature bouts on this, one of our great Night of Champions here on WCW Monday Nitro. And we mentioned this is the start of the road to Spring Breakout 2000 that will culminate on the 27th of March at South Padre Island in Texas. And then I might want to say hello to all of our great fans at the Shepherd Air Force Base in Texas, especially Airman Sam Turner, we know, who's watching on and who always does on WCW Monday Nitro. Big WCW fans. Will be coming down to Texas as the one and only interim commissioner, head, I guess, of the Slapnuts Convention is in town.
Hey, you watch your mouth. This guy is the U.S. champion. He's the next world champion. He gave me my job. I'm the chosen one, chosen commentator. They just don't come any better than Jeff Jarrett.
And what is he doing? It looks like he is sending the girls
to my hotel room.
No, he is sending the girls away from ringside,
which would be toward my hotel room.
I guess he wants this match straight up. He and Vampiro for the United States Heavyweight Championship. He's going to get that. Let's take a look at what he's done. Terry Taylor, 2 weeks ago, the WCW Executive Board, to Commissioner Kevin Nash 2 weeks ago on Thunder, and then just last week to official Mickey J. And for that, he has been fined $10,000 per guitar shot. He has been fined $30,000 by the WCW Executive Board for doing things such as that to WCW officials.
Jeff Jarrett tips more than $30,000 in a good week. 30 grand means nothing to a man who lives the way Jeff Jarrett does. If it's only 10 grand to pop hell, Tony, he might peel 10 grand off his roll and let you and me hit somebody with that guitar. What do you say?
Well, let me say this, that Jeff Jarrett obviously makes a great living. A lot of money, but $30,000 is a statement from the WCW Executive Board that this type of action will not be tolerated.
No doubt about that. Boy, Tony, listen to this crowd. They love Vampiro. I've never seen fans take to a guy as quickly as this guy over the past couple weeks. I guess we could say hello to the dead guy. The people love him.
Vampiro has truly come into his own over the past few weeks.
Well, you know, I don't think there's a wrestler in WCW better than Jeff Jarrett. But if anyone can't beat Double J, it might be Vampiro. Might be. I don't think he will. But I've never seen a guy come on stronger than Vampiro has in the past month or so.
Vampiro's big chance is right now. It's for the United States Championship here on Monday Nitro. Here we go with Nick Patrick as the referee. Back they go now to the neutral corner. Vampiro, very deceptive power, and Jeff Jarrett, as we know, fundamentally sound, a great counter move. Back they go to the mat once again.
Vamp has those long legs, a lot of leverage. Every time Jarrett does the headlock takeover, Vamp just leverages them to get the scissors. Not just frustrated, Jeff pushes him, and Vampiro pushes him right down. That's it, Jeff. Big kick, big right hand. Oh, what a stiff kick to the knee, another kick to the chest, and a spin kick to the chest.
Vampiro going up top. Giving chase to Jeff Jarrett as uncensored is only 20 days out. As the momentum builds to the big event in Miami, Jeff Jarrett, who will his opponent be for the WCW World Heavyweight title that night? Tank Abbott or Sid Vicious? We are going to find out later on in this program. Jarrett now sends Vampiro back in.
I wish you wouldn't keep bringing up Tank versus Sid. Whenever I think about that, boy, it's tough to concentrate on anything else, Tony.
Big crossbody. Vampiro rolls over. 1, 2. 2 count.
And then there's the Hogan Flair strap match, uncensored, 20 days away, unbelievable.
Raven over. 1, 2. Short power bomb. Boy, Hogan is really intense. We heard that interview earlier in this telecast, exactly how he feels about Ric Flair going into that strap match. There's going to be some whipping going on in Miami on the 19th of March.
I think he needs Prozac or maybe just a couple of drinks. He needs to calm down.
Monkey flip. Look at Vampiro land.
A what flip?
It's called a monkey flip.
Okay. Be careful with that one. Big clothesline by Jarrett takes down Vampiro. Jarrett taking over right now, like I knew he would. Like the Chosen One always does.
He climbed up, and then he goes over to make a lateral press and only gets a 2 count. Jarrett may have cost himself the match right there by turning his attention away from Vampiro to kind of pose for the fans. Into the ropes, ducking low, Vampiro. But it's a sleeper hold by Jeff Jarrett.
That's a tough one there because Vampiro's taller than Jarrett. He's going to be able to sit out of it or get behind Jarrett. But right now, Jeff has it locked in pretty good.
Digs the elbow deep into the ribcage. Does Vampiro, sends Jarrett in. He puts the sleeper on Jeff Jarrett.
And again, Vampiro's taller. Now he has leverage. Oh, what a move by Jarrett to go behind.
Counter move. Vampiro that time almost landed on his feet. He's back up. He's got Jeff Jarrett up and down. He can win the thing. 1, 2.
Now you blame Jarrett for posing for the fans. Vampiro covered Jarrett with one arm while he was gesticulating to the fans. Let's get on him a little bit.
I would agree with you. He made a critical mistake right there. Maybe could have won the match. And Jarrett holding on the ropes. Nick Patrick.
Why is Nick Patrick doing that?
1, 2. I've seen that happen so many times, Mark Madden. They give him a shot, a chance to break. They don't break. The referee will call for the break.
Here come the Harris boys to ringside, and about time, too.
Well, inside Cueto, 1-2, almost beat him. The Harris boys come in, and Vampiro kicks one down, ducks from another Harris brother, sends another one down.
My word!
Vampiro is in command here. Sid Vicious has come down.
Vampiro has him pinned, but Nick Patrick's gone out to the aisle to break up this fight.
You're exactly right, Vampiro.
Wait, Vampiro didn't have him pinned. I made a mistake.
He had him pinned.
No, I said the wrong thing. I made a mistake.
Sid Vicious chasing the Harris brothers away from the ring, and meanwhile Jeff Jarrett has taken the belt and he's hit Vampiro on the side of the head. 1, 2. He kicked out. He kicked out.
It's only a 2 count. The timekeeper thought it was a 3, but he did kick out. I got to give Vampiro credit. He is battling the best wrestler in WCW, in my opinion, totally even, but now Jeff's going to take it to him again.
He is battling the man, you're right, but can he win the match? Vampiro against Olaf.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Vampiro's battling Jeff Jarrett totally even. How the hell can something like this happen?
He might become the United States champion.
Wait, you can't do stuff from the top rope. Isn't that illegal?
Of course it's not. Oh, he tried a big top rope guillotine leg drop that missed. Jarrett 1 step ahead. Jeff Jarrett's got him in the stroke.
That'll do it.
Jeff Jarrett wins the match. And Vampiro pushed him all the way to the limit on that.
I gotta say, I'm a big Jeff Jarrett fan. After Sid Vicious, the standard bearer for this promotion is the world champion. They don't come any better, but Vampiro battled him totally even. What a U.S. title match.
You're gonna start doing business the right way. Hey, you want to make an easy 20 bucks? Sure. Huh? Disco, give him the money. You deliver this to the Harris brothers, okay? And you tell them it's from the Paisans. Make sure they get it. If they don't get it, you're gonna get it. You understand?
Yeah.
You got it?
Harris Brothers?
Harris Brothers.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get out of here.
Who's gonna win the world title tonight?
Sid Vicious, Tank Abbott. The fans are split down the middle, it seems. Will it be Tank? Will it be Sid? We're gonna find out tonight.
What was your name again?
Ricky Rackman, you know my name, Disco.
Okay, Ricky, I can understand me being here, and I can understand the Nitro Girls being here, but what the hell are you doing here, and why, for the love of me, is 3 count here?
You just don't get it. It's obvious why 3 count's here, because when 3 count shows up anywhere, tons of chicks follow. Chicks dig 3 count. And whenever there's tons of chicks anywhere, then guys show up. So basically, there's a lot of people every city we go to for spring breakout because 3 count's there, because they bring all the chicks.
Are you trying to tell me that I can't bring out chicks?
Compared to 3 count, nobody gets more girls than 3 count. Come on.
Hold on a second. Look at those girls. Look at those girls. Those girls don't look like they're from Brooklyn.
I've seen the type of girls you get in the girls
She
from
looks
Brooklyn.
like she's from Brooklyn.
No, she is definitely not a Brooklyn type. Thank God.
I'll tell you what, these 3 count guys are embarrassing themselves. I'm gonna go teach them how to dance.
You just don't get it.
Fans during the commercial break as Vampiro just fought a brave and a brutal matchup was making his way back.
Respect into you. You got it.
You see Fit Finlay attacking Vampiro, talking about respect. Gonna beat it into him after Vampiro just had this matchup, Mark.
Well, we've seen Fit Finlay go after people in a similar way before. I don't know if he loves him or if he hates him. You heard what he said. He's trying to beat respect into Vampiro. Maybe he's trying to help the dead guy. I don't know. Look at this. I like this. Not sure I like that.
David Flair is dancing with the Nitro girl.
The girls, for some reason, don't seem to like it. That's a nice little step, you got to admit. If I were a girl, I'd give him $1. Those girls should be handing him dollar bills, Tony.
David Flair has slipped out of his gourd.
Daphne is not happy. She's in the ring now. And she's got David Flair's crowbar. Figuratively and literally at this point. David's kissing Daphne's feet, her thigh, her moist, supple lips. I'm sorry, did that come out loud? David and Daphne are making up, thank heavens. Tony, you gotta admit, they're WCW's premier couple, wouldn't you agree?
Okay, to the headset to my right, Crowbar has joined the broadcast team.
Enough of this. Hello, wrestling fans, and good evening. Welcome to the sold-out Target Center here in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now making his way to the ring, accompanied by Paisley. Led to the ring in all of his ecstasy, the WCW Cruiserweight Champion of the World, the artist, formerly known as Prince Iaukea.
This is the Dean of Wrestling announcers here, Dean Crowbar, Tony.
Dean Crowbar, welcome to the broadcast.
And in case you're wondering about my clearance to be out here, if you were to calculate the force generated by a 15-pound crowbar with the acceleration of my swing on your occipital lobe, the damage that would do to your cerebral cortex, that's my clearance. Would you agree, Mr. Madden?
In other words, if we don't let you out of here, you're going to bump me on the head with that thing, right?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'm with you. Stay as long as you like. Tony, it's easier that way. Trust me on this.
Okay, I'm with you.
Here he is, the artist, making his way to the ring with Paisley. This couple just oozes ecstasy. But up there in the ring, a second-generation wrestler, David Flair, son of the Nature Boy. Everything this guy does is textbook, technical wrestling perfection. And I think the Prince has his work cut out for him tonight. What do you think?
You really are crazy, aren't you? I mean, good job. I'm sorry. Did I say that on turn? I apologize.
Technical perfection.
Tony, let it go!
Everything this young man does is textbook in the ring. Wrestling is flowing through his blood, and tonight will be the night he meets his destiny when he will bring home a title that I could not bring home last week. But tonight, I am confident in my heart of hearts, David Flair will become the next World Championship Wrestling Cruiserweight Champion.
He's pretty darn good, isn't he? I mean,
I'm kind of frightened, I'll be honest. No offense, Dean Crowbar.
All right, so along with Dean Crowbar and Mark Madden, Tony Schiavone here, and here we go as the artist, formerly known as Prince Iaukea, David Flair having a lot of fun. Then you hear Daphne in the background just
And there goes David Flair, excuse me, Tony Schiavone, and that was a perfect Greco-Roman two-step followed by a Greco-Roman slap to the face. He fires the artist off. Oh, boot to the face. Let that camera angle get better. He may have a crimson mask on, Tony Schiavone. And David Flair up at the turnbuckle for the 10 count.
Crowbar, let me ask you a question. 2 months ago, you were pumping gas, correct? How'd you come this far, this fast?
This is one of the really
unique
success stories,
yes.
unique success stories in this sport. And I'm just happy to be here. And now,
I'll
to
say
be
the guy at my
alongside...
gas station can't even clean my windshield right.
I used to be very good at that, though. But I got fired a couple times. And the Prince going to work on David Flair. This guy is wrestling personified. I was in the ring with him last week. And here we go. He picks up the... What is this? And that was some form of a suplex as David Flair falls to his back. It's time for this to turn into a Pier 6 brawl.
Where are you going? Wait, he's going to turn into a Pier 6 brawl. Let him go. Crowbar hits the ring.
Has hit the ring. He is right behind the artist formerly known as Fred. And as he jumped off that time, Crowbar grabbed him in the head. 1, 2. Oh, he kicked out.
And now the girls are getting into it. Daphne and Paisley right in front of our table. Tag fight! Tag fight! Tag fight!
Daphne saying, bring it on. And Paisley and Daphne pushing, and now going down. I don't think you want to get Daphne upset.
Daphne is screaming her lungs out. Paisley's getting the life choked out of her, but there's the jumping DDT in the ring by Prince.
And the cover, and the 1, 2, 3, and the artist formerly known as Prince Iaukea is still the champ. And look at Daphne being carried away by Crowbar, screaming and smiling and laughing, and in the midst of all this, something's going on in the back. The artist, well, there's a hold on, something has happened to Sid Vicious. The EMTs are taking over Sid Vicious. And did you see that guitar? You know who that was?
Let's go, boys. Bags are packed, girls in the car. It's been a good night.
Somebody told me to give you this.
What the hell?
What does that say?
You got your shot, now watch your back.
Who do they think they are, man?
Man, what the crap is this?
Let's go get these guys, man.
No, let's go. You got your shot. We'll all be champs and uncensored. Let's get the hell out of here.
You got a point?
Let's go.
Let's go.
It's been a good night.
Good night, baby.
Good night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in light of what we have seen here in the last few moments, WCW medical examiners have examined, indeed, Sid Vicious, and they have determined that the champion refrained from, get this, any strenuous physical activity. Now, you have to know that strenuous physical activity would definitely include a title defense against one Tank Abbott. What do you make of all of this? Well, I think it's very simple.
What you make of this is this, Gene. It's simple math. First it's Jeff Jarrett, then it's Tank Abbott.
Whoa, you are woozy.
And uncensored, I will see you, Jeff Jarrett, and Tank Abbott, I will see you in hell.
Wow. Sid Vicious has trouble standing. He has been hit by a guitar shot, seemingly from Jeff Jarrett, but he's going to go in the ring tonight, obviously losing against Tank Abbott for the world title.
I can't say what Sid has, Tony, but they're bigger than bowling balls, I'll tell you that. It's incredible. Jeff Jarrett, well, you say it's Jeff Jarrett. We're in Minnesota.
It was the silver guitar.
It could have been Bob Dylan. He's right down the road. That could have been his guitar. But Sid's going to fight tonight? He's going to fight Tank Abbott tonight? Wow. You got to say this. No matter what your opinion is of Sid Vicious, he's the real thing. He's as serious as they come. He's the world champion, Tony. Speaking of serious, here comes the man who is a serious legend to fans of James Brown, Ernest the Cat Miller.
He's got that Godfather of Soul cape given to him by the one and only Godfather, James Brown, back at Super Brawl in San Francisco over a week ago. Kind of the coronation.
Put my James Brown music on.
Kind of the coronation and coming out to Funk on a Roll as well.
You know, I told all you people how good of friends me and James Brown was. I told you that me and James Brown were gonna turn it out, baby. None of you rednecks believed it.
I did.
So now all you rednecks are kissing my ass because you want to see him again. Let me tell you something, fat girl. If you don't sit down with all those damn hot dogs, I'm gonna pull a tow truck up in here and haul your ass out of here. And that go for any other big fat redneck up in here. Now, I told you I had to chomp like Maestro, telling me if I lose, I'm gonna have to drive his car. Those days are over, baby. I'm here to shake up the world. So if you rednecks did not see it, show that tape, baby. Now, hey, I'm gonna show you guys something else. I'm gonna show you rednecks how to do it all over again, baby. Hit my music.
From the Godfather of Soul, here comes the cat, James Brown. Music, and the one and only Ernest the Cat Miller.
Funk on a roll. It's a great tune, Tony. You got to say that. Nobody does it like the Godfather of Soul, James Brown, or the Godfather of Soul, Ernie the Cat Miller. Wait, what's this?
His opponent is a man who lost that bet from Super Brawl, the Maestro. The bet was, of course, if he could produce James Brown, then the Maestro would have to listen to any music that the cat, Ernest Miller, would provide for him. And because of that, Symphony, the valet of the Maestro, is walking in with that boombox. In that boombox is that music that the Maestro must listen to.
What has happened to the Maestro's hair? I like Symphony's hair in that shot. Oh, the Maestro running in. He looks like Amadeus Mozart gone crazy, which Mozart was for you music historians.
The match is on. The bet was down, won by the cat. Now let's see what the cat will do in response to that in the ring. Oh, great move. The Maestro goes down hard.
Cat dominating early. The Maestro kind of docile to this point. He made the big entrance, but now he's all shook up, like Elvis would say.
A pickup, a scoop slam. And the cat plants an elbow on the Maestro.
Now there's that awful music. Is that music, Tony?
That's the music that he has to listen to. Make it stop, he says. Was that 3 count? Is that can't get you out of my heart?
I'm not sure, but now Maestro used the boombox.
And he beat the cat with it.
Well, now let me see if I get this straight. He has to listen to music he hates, but it makes him a better wrestler.
Go figure. Tonight, for the WCW World title, it's Sid Vicious and it's Tank Abbott, and they will go at it tonight in our feature bout. Coming up in just a few moments, as we come back, Curt Hennig, Minnesota's own, will face the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And there he comes to the ring. What a match this is going to be. It's all
Look
up
at all that. I can look, Curt Hennig. You got the message, buddy? Nature.
Well, I'm deciding I gotta have comb my hair. I'm pumped up. You see my warm sweats, Liz?
I think they're right in your bag.
Okay, you got the bat, right?
Well, no, I thought you had the bat.
Liz, where's the bat?
Gosh, I don't know.
Liz, we got to find the bat.
Don't yell at me.
Sid Vicious or Tank Abbott? Well, if it's a basketball game, I'd have to go with Sid Vicious. But from what I've learned, you never underestimate the small man in the fight. I'm going with Tank.
Back at the Target Center, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Tony Schiavone and Mark Madden. 20 days out from Uncensored 2000.
20 days!
20 days, less than 3 weeks out. And with a great crowd here on hand, we remind you that big weekend for WCW because we got some big on-sale dates. This coming Friday, March 3rd, tickets go on sale for the April 1st event coming to Johnstown, Pennsylvania in the War Memorial Arena. Also, this Saturday, March 4th, tickets go on sale for the Tuesday, April 4th, Taking of Thunder at the Whittemore Center in Durham, New Hampshire, on campus, University of New Hampshire. You can meet the Nitro Girls at the box office at 10 a.m. till noon on Saturday, March 4th, when tickets go on sale. And tickets go on sale for the Monday, April 3rd, Monday Nitro at the Worcester Central Center in Worcester, Massachusetts. Meet the the Nitro Girls at the box office, 10 a.m. till noon. This Saturday, March 4th, when tickets go on sale for the Monday, April 3rd event at Worcester of Monday Nitro. We're going to be in Fargo, North Dakota tomorrow for a taping of Thunder. That's in the Fargo Dome. Great seats are still available. We've been talking about Uncensored. We're going to be in Miami for Uncensored at the American Airlines Arena on Sunday, March 19th. Tickets available there. We know Sid Vicious, if he survives Tank Abbott tonight, will face Jeff Jarrett. It could be Tank Abbott and Jeff Jarrett for the WCW title. We know Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan in a strap match. We know Dustin Rhodes going one-on-one against Terry Funk. And how about the Mamalukes or the Paisans in that dead fish sent to the Harris brothers saying, you want a title shot, you got it, and Uncensored coming up in Miami.
What's that dead fish stuff about? I was going to ask you for 2 big pieces of bread for later.
It's their way of saying you want it, you got it.
Oh, the Godfather. Luca Brasi eats a fish sandwich, I think is what they said.
No, sleeps with the fishes.
I knew it was something like that.
From the first Godfather movie. You know better than that. Here we go.
What a fragrant smell the fish had.
Ric Flair, Curt Hennig. 2 men who know each other quite well. Hennig, obviously the favorite son here tonight. What a reception he got from the faithful here at the Target Center.
Really, over the long run, have there been 2 better guys than Ric Flair and Curt Hennig? Flair being the best ever, of course.
Ric Flair and Curt Hennig to do battle. Of course, the Nature Boy Ric Flair awaits the big event that he has with Hulk Hogan at Uncensored in a mere 20 days where 2 men will hook it up in an Indian strap match.
And a Yappa Pie Indian strap match.
Yappa Pie Indian strap match.
Hennig's out chopping Flair, Tony. I've never seen that.
Amazing. Chops to the face. Flair goes face first. Hennig sends Flair into the turnbuckle. Back body drop.
Curt Hennig hasn't wrestled in a while, but he looks pretty darn near flawless to me.
I would agree. To the side of the head. Hennig. Oh! On the leg of the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Obviously strategy here. Trying to take the legs out from Flair, trying to take his primary weapon away, which is the figure 4 leg lock, Mark.
And I'm surprised more people don't do that. Flair works forever and a day against all his opponent's legs, but if you take Flair's legs out, he can't use the leg lock. He can use the eye poke, however.
Got him in with the eye poke, and now Ric Flair just chopping away on Hennig. Hennig! Fires back on the Nature Boy Ric Flair. This is pride and conditioning from Hennig. Notice how Flair came out with that Hulk Hogan weight belt that he carries with him. And Hennig chops Flair onto the safety rails. The battle continues on the outside. There's the weight belt. Symbolic of what he did to Hulk Hogan 1 week ago on this program. Hennig caught Flair up and down he goes.
Hennig has come back from his layoff, and boy, he looks as good as he ever has, but, you know, Flair will find a way at the end. He always does.
I'm sure being in front of the hometown faithful will get you fired up as well, regardless of how long you've been off.
It's Flair's hometown, too. He doesn't admit it, but he was from here originally. I wouldn't admit it either.
Well, I'm sure he'll be the hometown boy next week in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, at the Dean Smith Center, when Monday Nitro will be there. What happened that time? Nick Patrick looked like he caught a glancing blow.
Hey, he's a big boy. He'll be okay.
Yeah, we're worried about that,
right? No, he won't be. Hennig clotheslined the ref. What's that all about?
The ref goes down. Wrong place at the wrong time. The Hennig flex, and he can win this thing. And now the total package has come in.
Now, why did Hennig clothesline the ref? Was that intentional?
No, of course it wasn't. The total package, Elizabeth kicked Hennig. Hennig rolled off Flair. The total package and Liz are gone, but Hennig has a steel chair. And Nick Patrick fighting Hennig for the chair, and Hennig gets kicked.
Was that low?
It was a low blow. And Flair 1, 2, 3, beats him.
To me, that didn't look low. Right in the thigh it looked like. Maybe a thigh contusion. Big win for Flair. Now he has that strap.
He's got the strap. the Hulkster's belt, and he's whipping Hennig with it.
Flair has always been crazy, but now he's crazier than ever.
Yeah, now he's out of control. Look at this. You think there's going to be intensity between he and Hogan? Huh.
This is going to be a match to watch. The Ultimate Fighter, talk about Tank Abbott, and you're talking about the heavyweight of WCW, Sid Vicious. You know, who's going to win? I like to see this match. I'll sit back, and I would like to see them kick the hell out of each other. That's what I want to see.
Hold on a second, hold on a second. Wait, stop. You call this dancing? You got Disco Inferno here with his Disco Inferno dance. You got 3 count with their 3 count thing. This is pathetic. All you guys, this isn't dancing. Just go get out of here, this isn't dancing. I want to see dancing, no. I want to see Nitro girls dancing. Let's get the Nitro girls. You talk about dancing, that's dancing. I'm out of here.
That was from this past weekend at the Ohio State University in Columbus, where we kicked off Spring Breakout 2000, the road to Spring Breakout. Ricky Rackland will be with us all through the month of March, leading to South Padre Island on the 27th when we're down in South Texas, right off the coast, to celebrate Spring Breakout 2000 live here on TNT.
I usually get fired or very close to it at the Spring Break Nitro, but I'll tell that story some other time. Let me see if I have this straight. Sid Vicious got knocked silly by a guitar shot by Jeff Jarrett, you say. We really don't know. He can barely stand up, he can barely talk, he's almost incoherent, and he's still going to fight Tank Abbott. Is that right?
Have you ever known Sid Vicious to ever back down or quit from a fight?
No, he's the world champ. He's the standard bearer, but it still seems hard to fathom. I'll tell you what, if he can win tonight, he really does rule the world. Well, until uncensored, when Jeff Jarrett beats his ass.
Well, let's take a look at this as the one and only Total Package comes to the ring after he makes his appearance and does his pose for us. We'll talk about that match because he came in just a few moments ago and helped Ric Flair in his win over Curt Hennig here on WCW Monday Nitro. You can't deny this man, pound for pound, the most magnificent athlete in WCW in this or any year.
4% body fat. I have 44% body fat.
That's a 40% swing right there, Chief.
Well, I know, I'm working hard. I can't look like the package, but I'll look better, I promise.
Nobody can look like the package.
Hey, I'm on TV. I look as good as I need to at this point. Now, Buff Bagwell looks pretty darn good himself. He's no package. His body fat is about 4.7%, I suppose.
Buff is making his way here to the ring on WCW Monday Nitro. And as Buff comes out, here's a match that was booked, that was signed because as someone once again stole the kid can tonight and videotaped Buff hitting on Miss Elizabeth.
Absolutely delicious.
Now, do the women ever say yes when the camera's off? I bet they do.
I don't know what the upshot is there, but the fact is, Buff, the Total Package to go out of here one-on-one.
Okay. Wow. Look at these two. Look at the bodies on these two.
Very briefly, in a few moments, Sid Vicious and Tank Abbott will collide in the much anticipated world title bout here on Monday Nitro. And you got to realize that if Sid Vicious takes the guitar shot from Jeff Jarrett, which he did, if he's wobbly, if he's not completely coherent, which he is, then it may not take much for Tank Abbott to right cross him, knock him out, and win this world title here tonight.
No, it could be very quick and very painful for Sid. As I said in the opening of the show, Tony, Sid always says how serious he is, and he really is serious. but it's never been more serious than it will be tonight when he faces Tank Abbott. This is pretty serious, too, what we're about to see.
The total package goes for the opening offense with authority here on the back of Buff Bagwell. Puts on a side headlock. Bagwell sends the total package in, runs him over. Here goes the total package, Buff. Drop kick. And another one.
Now, Buff has one edge over the package. Maybe he can get a little more aerial than the package, but when it stays on the mat, good move by the package there, throw Buff outside the ring. If it stays on the ground, I think the package will wear him down.
Let's see if, in fact, he can do that. Total package up on the apron. Look at him waiting for Buff to stand. He's also waiting for a clear shot. And he got it. Double axe handle as Buff came back to his feet. Twofold there. Let Buff expend some energy getting to his feet. And then get a clear shot in with a double axe handle blow. And now using the safety rail, throwing Buff up against it.
I'm a fan of both these guys, Tony, but wouldn't you say that the package is maybe a little more merciless? Well, we're going to find out firsthand.
Sending Buff to the announce table, using a camera cable around the man's throat, trying to choke him out. I can't believe what I'm seeing. He's got it right through his throat, right through his mouth there. This is what happens.
I am stunned right here in front of us, Tony. I guess the package is a little more aggressive than Bagwell.
Did you see the look?
A little more merciless.
Yeah, did you see the look in his eyes and the focus and the intensity? It's all because of what happened to Elizabeth and the hit, the play that Buff made for her a few moments ago. Of course, he's made a play for many, many women throughout WCW, as we've known over the past few weeks. Luger hooked the far leg, and he almost holds him down, gets it too.
I just noticed something. Liz in the package came out here without the bat. I guess they didn't find out who stole it.
We saw back in their own locker room that he was looking for the bats, couldn't find it, and there is no bat.
You know who I bet has it? The Minnesota Twins. They're nearly bankrupt. They could use a bat. And someone to swing it, too. While front face lock here. Tony, in the hands of the package, the front face lock, a very ordinary hold, but for him it's a deadly weapon.
Because not only of his immense power, but the added leverage, great wide vertical base that time by the package. Elizabeth applauds, he turns around and looks for her approval and goes back with a rear chin lock once again. With that wide vertical base. Let's also point out the fact that Buff Bagwell's neck severely injured. And that has got to still be some sort of a weakness for him. What do you think? I know he's worked very hard in the gym, and he's built up the muscles around the neck, but it still has to hurt.
Well, that hurt the package there. He went to straddle Buff and drop on top of him, but Buff turned around with the feet up. He's working on the package's groin. I think Buff's neck's just fine, by the way, Tony.
I would agree with that, Mark. Good call. And swinging that breaker on the total package, and Buff. He's telling the world he's going to send that Buff blockbuster, and he's going to end this thing right now. But he's got to get him in a position to do just that. And here comes the total package back. Conditioning all a part of these great athletes. Buff, great move. Foot on the rope.
I think Liz might have put the package's foot on the ropes there. Hate to admit it, but it might have happened that way. Now Buff's going after Liz with a little more malicious intent right now, it looks like. Here comes Flair.
Ric Flair, a member of Team Package, going after Buff, who sends Flair in the ring. That body's dropping, down goes Flair, and now down goes the package. Buff is taking out both men. Drives him down with a jumping DDT. Look at Liz trying to get that chair into the total package. And Buff caught all Flair. Nails Buff from behind. It took one blow from Ric Flair.
Oh no! It's the very poor man's James Caan.
It's Sting.
Oh, I hate this guy.
As promised, as we were told. And look, Sting down behind the apron.
Flair, the total package. They do not realize Sting is here.
They're trying to break Buff's arm. His arm's in that chair.
He got the ball bat. He whacked him on the head with a ball bat. And Sting has come in. Oh! He cracked the double on the jaw of the total package.
Maybe he's the guy that twins need. That was a pretty strong shot to the package. And Sting has repulsed team package, Tony.
You think I'm lying now, Buster?
I never thought you were lying per se. I thought you'd been misled by others. At any rate, Sting's here and the fans are going crazy. And he certainly saved Buff Bagwell
from a broken arm. At his feet.
High water! I will get you, Tank Abbott! And next to follow will be Jeff!
World champion Sid Vicious on his way in a much different demeanor as Tank Abbott and Sid will collide. Because next, all the talk is done. It's for the WCW World Heavyweight title. Sid Vicious, Tank Abbott, they're next.
WCW Spring Breakout 2000 is brought to you by Tough Actin' Tinactin and by Track Phone, nationwide prepaid cellular, as low as $7.99 a month.
Thanks a lot, Ricky Rackman, and Ricky will be with us all through the month of March, heading to Spring Breakout 2000 at South Padre Island in Texas, right off the coast of Texas. And we'll be there on March 27th for a live WCW Monday Nitro. Ricky will join us for the next few weeks leading in to that big event as we storm the college campuses all across America. Speaking of storming, here comes the man who has stormed through the competition since his arrival from the motorcycle to the ring, Tank Abbott.
I cannot believe this match is taking place. And I can't believe Sid's got to go into it with his bell rung already. You read the medical sports journals, post-concussion syndrome, stuff like that. Sid's taking a very dangerous risk here against a very dangerous man, but that's what it's like when you're the World Heavyweight Champion, because there is only one of those, you know.
So the night of champions continues for the WCW World Heavyweight title. As you just pointed out, Mark is not 100%. That has never stopped him before. Here he comes. We're going to be fans next week in Chapel Hill for Monday Nitro at the Smith Center. In 2 weeks in Providence, Rhode Island, the Providence Civic Center. And in 3 weeks in Gainesville, Georgia, the O'Connell Center and the University of Florida. But tonight, here at the Target Center, and I'm sure you know that Jeff Jarrett has left the arena. He does not care that Sid Vicious and Tank Abbott, who will face at Uncensored in Miami on the 19th of March.
Look at Sid, he's still kind of wobbly. It looks like his eyes are glazed over. And Tank's in perfect shape, Tony. I talked with him, earlier today. This is the moment he's waited for since he came to WCW, and now it's upon him, it's upon us, and it's upon Sid. It's going to be unbelievable.
Tank Abbott probably will exploit this wobbliness of Sid Vicious, this head injury that he obviously sustained at the hands of Jeff Jarrett in the car.
Yeah, like Tank needed extra help for that right hand, right?
That's right. Lights up, belt up. Sid Vicious, you can see as well, the rib cage is taped. Of course, we remember that happened last Wednesday on Thunder at the hands of the total package. And what is Tank doing? Body blows immediately as the bell sounds.
There's that front face lock.
He's trying to put him out. You hear him, you're going to sleep.
Yeah, that's very efficient. Tank's a very efficient fighter. What works in the street works in the ring. Nobody knows that better than Tank.
He also, we can see from our vantage point, threw the gloves off, which is unlike Tank Abbott.
And his fists are taped very heavily. Oh, Tank came to this even meaner than usual.
Why did he do that, though? I mean, the gloves, one of his fortes.
Well, those taped fists are harder than any gloves, I'm sure of that.
Sure they are. I just wonder if there's more to Tank Abbott than just him winning the world title here.
Oh, he wants to bust Sid up.
And that's what he's going to do. Sid Vicious is in major trouble the opening moments of this world title bout.
He just knocked the world champ over the ropes with the right hand in the ribs.
Fans are encouraging Sid to get back into it. Sid acknowledging the fans, but acknowledging the fans and getting back in the ring with Tank Abbott. Two different things. Vicious, hands and knees to get back in below the bottom rope. Abbott goes once again to the attack. It's been all Tank Abbott. Hoist Sid up on his shoulder. He drives Sid down to the mat. Boy, Sid has no fight in him here.
Tank's gonna win. I think it's pretty apparent.
He's standing on the back of Sid.
That's a bar fight move. He's a bar fighter. That's what he does.
The Ultimate Fighting Championship threw this man out. That's how mean and despicable and low he can be.
Well, despicable. You say tomato, I say tomato. He's a great fighter.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe not a polished fighter, but a fighting machine nonetheless. But there is the world champion trying to come back in this form of a camel clutch that's been applied. Look at he's winching the back of Sid Vicious, using the force on the neck, the throat, the head, and the lower back. Both very vulnerable points on Sid Vicious at this point in time.
I have no idea what's keeping Sid Vicious conscious. His ribs hurt, his head hurt, his neck hurts. Tank might not be a polished wrestler, Tony, but he's going to be polishing a world title belt within a few minutes, I think.
I still got to wonder why the gloves came off. Why this particular time? Did he think maybe it could help him win the match? Or does he have other motives? Is he in with another purpose?
I'm surprised Tank got the choke, though. He won a lot of Ultimate Fight matches with that hold, with the choke.
Body blows again into the lower ribcage of Sid Vicious. Now he wanted to taunting him. Look at him.
Night, buddy.
He is so confident he's going to put Sid out.
Tank talks some good trash. I kind of like it.
Yes, he does. Look at Sid. He can't even fight back. He just holding on to the rope. There's nothing Sid Vicious can do at the hands of Tank Abbott at all.
Those body punches are unbelievable. He's floored Sid now 3 or 4 times with body punches. I haven't seen that in all the years I've been a wrestling fan. Sid's up!
Out of nowhere, he's got the sleeper hold on Tank Abbott. He's driven Tank Abbott down. He's got a crossface on Tank. He's got a crossface. The referee's in checking. What do you say, Tank? What do you say, Tank? He's fully broke loose, but he's pulling on it again. He's screaming never. Come on, Tank. He's tapping out. He's tapped out. Sid Vicious has won this damn thing.
Sid Vicious made the ultimate fighter tap out.
Incredible. Sid Vicious is still the world champion. Sid Vicious survived Tank Abbott. And that's the only way you can say it, Mark Madden. He survived Tank Abbott.
Tank was great. I thought Tank was going to win. Sid really does rule the world. But I swear he'll never, ever rule Jeff Jarrett at Uncensored.
We'll find out in 20 days if he can do it. Jeff Jarrett, you walked out of this building thinking that Sid Vicious was down and out. That was not the case.
Oh, my Lord.
He had Tank Abbott submit for Abbott's first loss in WCW, Mark Madden.
I can't believe it. I never thought that Sid could beat Tank in his own game, which is what he did. That's a front face lock. It's a submission hold. It's a, oh, there's the tap. And the second time, I still can't believe it.
The fact is, he is still